How has gun violence impacted your life and you?
I think a lot of times the way we think about gun violence is very narrow-minded. It's like a school shooting, and like, you know, if you were there, you survived it. I survived and witnessed gun violence in downtown Orlando. Being out with some friends Halloween, we're just hanging out, wrong place, wrong time. Two guys are arguing, I think, over a woman they had brought or something, and somebody pulls out a gun and starts shooting the other guy. And I remember just this whole group of people, all of us, and just sprinting for our lives. One of my friends like goes into shock and falls on the floor. And then we were in safety and we were sitting in the car, and then we were like, let's go to the next thing. We just kind of like brushed it off. And it wasn't until years later I was sitting in like a round table with other survivors of gun violence. I didn't count myself a survivor. And I was hearing everyone's stories, and like 4 people told a story very similar to mine. And I was like, wow, there's so many people who don't realize that they're surviving or have survived gun violence. But when a gun goes off with that kind of malintent or even accidentally, and you're there and you survive gun violence. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of this country, a lot of people have survived the gun violence in their lives and don't even know it. And it's part of what shows that this issue is not some far out thing that you see on the news. It hits home for you. You're not that many degrees separated from someone who's probably lost someone due to gun violence.
How do you think young people can play a role in shaping gun violence policies?
We lose 100 people a day due to gun violence. Hundreds of people are shot every day. And I just think that's unacceptable. So I think people should find power in running for office, protesting, direct action, of course voting, of course mutual aid, community violence intervention, right? There's like so art, culture, there's so much you can do. And don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is the wrong way to advocate, because we're gonna need everything we got to fix this problem. The power I have right now as an elected official is borrowed power. You know, my community is letting me borrow this power for this amount of time, whatever it is. But the power of like the people in our communities, it's forever. And that's something that people should always remember.
Why is it important for young people to be involved in change?
Well, young people have been at the forefront of every social movement that's led to massive change in this country's history. The reason why I can sit here, have the right to vote, and I'm a congressman, it's because of leaders, right, like that were part of SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, who participated in direct action and then also encouraged people to go vote, right? And it was all these things that worked together to where we can be here doing this right now.
What gives you hope?
What's given me hope for the past 10 years have been the other organizers I've worked with, but specifically the mothers and family members who have lost sons, daughters, children, but have decided to honor their lives with action. I'll say something that gives me a lot of hope too about our generation is we like to create. You know, we're like a very entrepreneurial generation, whether it's art or create an organization or this and that. I think that's part of what's gonna save us. So I would encourage people to pick what you want to do and fight for justice and see the world through the eyes of the most vulnerable in whatever that is, but have like a mutual respect for people who might be doing it in a different way.